Love Means Limits. Chapter 1. The Surprise Package on Willow Street. "Yo, Jaden, heads up!" Maya's voice rang out sharp over the buzzing cicadas and the steady thump of a basketball somewhere down the block. Jaden looked up just in time to catch the dusty red pickup truck pulling up fast to the curb on Willow Street. His Uncle Mike leaned halfway out the driver's window, grin wide, gold tooth flashing in the afternoon sun. The sky was hot and heavy, late July heat settling over South Side Atlanta like a thick wool blanket. Mike hollered, "Jay, come here. Got something for you." With one hand, he tossed a small brown box through the open window, landing it neatly at Jaden's feet. The truck's engine rumbled low like a hungry dog, the smell of motor oil mixing with the sweet scent of magnolias hanging in the air. Jaden crouched fast, heart already beating quicker, fingers tearing at the tape. Sweat beaded down his temple, not just from the heat. Something about the way his uncle was grinning. This wasn't no regular box of old tools or candy. He flipped the lid open and there it was. Sleek, black, brand new iPhone. His breath caught. For a second the world tilted. "No way," he whispered. By then Maya had darted across the cracked sidewalk, her braids swinging, sneakers skidding on the pavement. "Boy, you kidding me? That a real phone?" Her eyes were wide, shining. She leaned in close, voice dropping. "Your mama know about this?" Jaden shook his head, still stunned. "Uncle Mike just said I earned it, helping him with the yard all month." He ran his palm over the smooth glass, fingertips tingling. It felt cool, powerful, like holding a piece of the grown-up world in his small hands. The truck revved. Uncle Mike threw up a quick wave. "Don't be telling your mama where it came from, you hear me?" And with a bark of laughter, he rolled off down the street, tires spitting dust. Jaden and Maya stood there quiet, the phone gleaming like some forbidden treasure between them. The late summer air pulsed around them. Neighbors sitting on porches with fans blowing, old folks playing cards in the shade, somebody's speaker bumping slow R&B from an upstairs window. Jaden's mind raced. He could already see it. Videos, music, games, stuff his mama would never let him touch. His chest felt tight with excitement and a flicker of worry. "Yo, we gotta check it out," Maya said, eyes locked on the phone. "Your room. Right now." They bolted toward Jaden's house, sneakers thumping the warm pavement. The screen door creaked loud as they slipped inside. His mama was out front hanging laundry. Upstairs, Jaden's room was dim, curtains drawn tight to keep out the heat. The fan on the dresser hummed low, stirring the heavy air. Jaden grabbed the charger, hands trembling, and plugged it in. The screen lit up like magic. Apple logo sharp and clean. They both leaned close, breathless. "Dang," Maya whispered. "You really got one." The phone booted up fast. Jaden tapped through the setup, fingers flying. They downloaded YouTube first, then TikTok. The feed filled quick, funny videos, dance challenges, cool edits. They scrolled and scrolled, giggles bubbling up, elbows bumping. Time slipped away, the room thick with heat and the soft hum of the fan. "This wild," Maya said. "Ain't never seen half this stuff. My cousin be telling me about videos like this." Jaden nodded, mouth dry. He could feel his heart thudding. For the first time in forever, he wasn't just some kid on Willow Street. He had a window into the whole world, a new kind of power. And deep inside, a tiny voice whispered, "Don't tell Mama." Outside, the light dimmed as the sun slid behind the trees. But in that room, the glow from the little screen just burned brighter. Neither of them wanted to stop. And right then, without knowing it, they'd taken their first step into a world they weren't ready for. Chapter 2. A New World in Their Hands. Jaden jolted awake before sunrise, the cicadas barely warming up their song, the phone already glowing beneath his pillow like a secret fire. His room smelled of warm dust and old basketball shoes, but the blue light felt cleaner than any dawn he remembered. Down the hall, his mama hummed gospel while frying bacon, unaware her boy's heart beat double time for a screen and not the morning sky. He slid the phone out, screen brightness low, and texted Maya a single word. Up? 2 minutes later, she crept through his window, legs first, landing soft on the carpet. The neighborhood rooster crowed somewhere behind Miss Darlene's laundromat. Maya grinned, eyes still puffy with sleep. We got 10 minutes before school bus, she whispered. Show me what's new. Jaden thumbed open YouTube. Overnight, the algorithm had cooked up fresh temptations. Wild pranks from Brooklyn, a dance challenge shot on an LA rooftop, some kid unboxing sneakers worth more than every pair in Jaden's closet combined. The videos rolled quick, each one begging for the next. Maya laughed loud at a cat wearing sunglasses. Jaden shushed her, heart banging, afraid his mama might float down the hall. When the bus finally hissed to a stop at the corner, they stumbled aboard, heads bent over the glowing glass. Kids shouted, seats squeaked, but in that tiny bubble of blue light they heard none of it. A quiet thrill curled inside them. Everyone else was riding to Lincoln Middle, but they were traveling a much bigger map. By lunch, the phone rested between them like contraband gold. Maya nudged Jaden. Let's find something crazier, she said. Her cheeks flushed with daring. Jaden's thumb hovered over the flame icon, still nameless, still mysterious. He felt a pinch of warning, the way folks down south say their knee aches before a storm. But the cafeteria buzzed with drama and diesel-fried fries, and curiosity won. The app opened to a swirl of color and moving thumbnails. No login, no age gate, just a borderless menu. The first clip showed teenagers jumping rooftops. The second, a couple kissing so deep it made Jaden's stomach flip. He swallowed hard. Maya leaned in, whispered, "That's wild." But she didn't pull back. A new thumbnail blinked, a silhouette, slow music, words that made Jaden blush, though he couldn't define them. He tapped. The video filled the screen, hands, tangled sheets, breathy laughter. It lasted maybe 20 seconds before he jabbed the back button, pulse racing. Maya stared, mouth parted. For a heartbeat, neither spoke. Around them, the lunchroom roared on, dominoes slamming, sneakers scuffing, Coach Willis yelling about line rules. Yet the space between Jaden and Maya felt hushed, electric. Maya finally said, "No, that's what grown folks do?" Her voice quivered between awe and confusion. Jaden shrugged, trying for cool, failing. "Guess so." The bell shrieked above them, scattering trays and chatter. They slid the phone into Jaden's hoodie pocket like it was TNT and headed to math, minds far from fractions. That afternoon, clouds gathered thick and bruised over Atlanta, thunder rumbling like God clearing his throat. Jaden's house smelled of rain on hot pavement, screen door banging in the wind. His mama was still at work, so the kids claimed the living room couch. Outside, lightning flickered. Inside, the phone cast its own storm. They watched rooftop jumpers break ankles, pranksters torch trash cans, dancers drop splits on moving cars. each video louder, riskier, like the app sensed their hunger. Maya's knee bounced, Jaden's palm sweated, then another adult clip rolled up. Longer this time, close up, no mystery left. Maya's breath hitched. Jaden felt a knot twist in his chest, half thrill, half wrong. He clicked away, but the damage lingered. Maya hugged a throw pillow, eyes shiny. "Kinda crazy they let anybody see that," she murmured. Jaden nodded, words stuck in his throat. The room felt smaller, air thick. Rain hammered the roof, gutter water gurgling like a warning. A siren wailed 2 blocks over. Jaden's heart matched its pitch. He thought of Uncle Mike's grin, thought of his mama's trust, thought of how one bright gift could swallow a whole summer. Somewhere deep a story bubbled up, one his granddaddy used to tell, about a hunter who brought home a glittering stone that whispered at night until it turned his dreams to ash. Jaden almost heard Granddaddy's gravel voice. "Shiny ain't always good, boy. Sometimes Shiny's just hungry." He locked the screen, shoved the phone under a couch cushion. Maya exhaled, shoulders sagging. For a long minute they listened to the rain. Finally she said, soft as thread, "Maybe we cool on that app for a while." Jaden nodded, relief and dread tangled tight. Outside, thunder rolled away toward Peachtree Street, but another storm, quieter and closer, took root in their young hearts, waiting to break. Chapter 3. Stepping into shadows. Jaden spotted the first crack in their promise on a sticky Friday evening, 3 days after they swore off the Flame app. The sky over Southside Atlanta glowed orange, cicadas droned loud, and Uncle Mike's old pickup rattled past, blasting Marvin Gaye. Jaden and Maya lounged on the curb, sipping grape sodas, trying to act normal. Then the phone buzzed inside Jaden's pocket, one short vibration like a mosquito singing in his ear. He ignored it, buzzed again, a third time. Curiosity nipped at him the way Grandma's mean rooster used to peck at toes. He glanced at Maya. She raised a brow. "You good?" He forced a shrug. "Probably just a system thing." But that little tremor kept humming, and with every buzz Jaden felt the promise grow thinner, like a rubber band about to snap. Saturday morning arrived wrapped in thick peach blossom air. Jaden's mama left early for the hospital double shift. The moment her Camry disappeared at the corner, Jaden texted Maya, "Come through." 10 minutes later, she climbed through the window in jean shorts and a tank top, smelling like coconut lotion and excitement. Sunlight slanted across his bedroom walls, painting gold stripes on old posters. The phone lay on the nightstand, silent now, yet somehow louder than any alarm. Maya eyed it. "You sure?" Jaden's throat felt dry. "One quick look, won't hurt." Those 4 words sounded true the way a coin looks shiny at the bottom of a muddy creek. He grabbed the phone, thumb sliding over glass. The screen woke, and right there sat a fresh notification from the Flame app. "New drops just for you," Jaden tapped. Videos flooded in. Pranks louder, dares crazier, couples tangled up under neon lights. Maya squinted, half fascinated, half scared. One clip showed 2 teenagers kissing hard in a stairwell, hands everywhere. Jaden's pulse jumped. Maya's cheeks flushed. "They look so grown," she whispered. Another video showed a girl filming herself in the mirror, tugging at her shirt like she couldn't decide if she was shy or bold. Jaden felt heat crawl up his neck. He hit pause, but the still image lingered. Silence filled the room except for the ceiling fan clicking like distant drumsticks. Maya tucked a braid behind her ear. "Jay, you ever think about, us?" She didn't meet his eyes. The floor felt unsteady. Jaden's heart thumped, partly thrilled, partly terrified. Sometimes, he admitted. He slid the phone under a pillow. But I don't want to mess things up. Maya sighed, torn between caution and curiosity. A distant thunder rolled, summer storm sneaking in from the west, sky darkening like spilled ink. They moved downstairs, seeking somewhere bigger than the four tight walls. The living room smelled of lemon polish and yesterday's popcorn. Gray light filtered through blinds. The TV reflected their shapes. Two kids stuck between porch swings and adult secrets. Jaden lifted the phone again, almost please-begging for guidance. The Flame app teased another suggestion. How to make your first time perfect. He gulped. Maya crossed her arms but didn't walk away. The house creaked, as if it, too, listened. They tried a kiss, hesitant, lips dry. It felt nothing like the video's glossy rush. They tried again, eyes closed, bodies stiff. Maya winced. Jaden pulled back, shame rushing in. I'm sorry, that was dumb. She waved him off, but tears shimmered. It ain't dumb, just weird. Rain began tapping the roof, gentle at first, then heavy. A drumline overhead. Jaden dropped the phone on the couch like it burned him. The crash of thunder made them flinch. A sharp knock rattled the screen door. Tyrell from 2 houses down, 14, tall, full of swagger, stood there soaked, basketball under his arm. Yo, Jay, you trying to run a game before the court floods? His eyes flicked to Maya, lingered a beat too long. Sup, Maya? She mumbled hello, cheeks still flushed. Jaden felt an unexpected stab of jealousy. He shook his head. Can't right now, man. Tyrell smirked. Aight, later. He jogged off, splashing through puddles. The door clicked shut, leaving humid silence behind. Maya rubbed her arms. Maybe we should chill. We pushin' something that ain't ready. Jaden nodded, throat tight. Somewhere inside he pictured a story Grandpa told. The spider Anansi weaving a web so wide he trapped himself. Jaden suddenly understood how a gift could turn into a trap, silk threads sticky with secrets. The rain eased. Maya headed for the window, pausing. We still good? He managed a small smile. Yeah, just gotta find our way back. She slipped out, sneakers squeaking on the wet sill. Jaden sat alone, phone resting on his palm like a stone pulled from a deep river. Outside, the storm clouds broke open, late sunlight spilling onto Willow Street, making every raindrop glitter. But inside, shadows clung to corners. Jaden powered off the phone, slid it into a shoebox, and tucked the box beneath his bed. Yet even with the screen black, he felt the flame icon glowing in his mind, daring him to strike another match. In that uneasy half-light, he realized real fire never asks permission. It just burns, and the one who feeds it is the one who gets scorched. Chapter 4. The breaking point Sunday evening settled over Willow Street like a quilt still warm from the dryer. Church folks had just finished their picnic at Rosewood Park, paper plates fluttering across the grass, gospel harmonies fading into lazy crickets. Jaden lingered by the basketball court, palms slick, eyes searching for Maya. She showed up late, hair wrapped in a red scarf, freckles glowing where sunset brushed her cheeks. Neither spoke at first. A breeze rattled oak branches overhead, dropping dry leaves that skittered across the blacktop like tiny runaways. Maya finally said, Tyrell been asking if we're hanging tonight. Her tone sounded casual, but Jaden heard the edge underneath. He swallowed hard. Let him wonder. He shoved his hands in his pockets, feeling the weight of the shoeboxed phone he'd smuggled back out of hiding. The flame app's icon seemed to pulse in his mind, daring him. They cut through the park's back gate, sneakers crunching gravel, until they reached an old treehouse. Half-rotted boards nailed into a maple, a secret spot kids used years ago. Shadows pooled under it, the air full of honeysuckle and distant sirens. Jaden climbed first, joints creaking underfoot, then reached down to pull Maya up. Inside, dust motes swirled through a single beam of amber light. Carved hearts and faded curse words covered the plywood walls. Jaden sat cross-legged, phone in hand. "Just want to figure things out," he whispered. "If we know what we're doing, maybe it won't feel wrong." Maya hugged her knees, eyes shiny in the dim. Thunder rumbled far away, a soft warning from the horizon. She nodded anyway. He unlocked the phone. The screen burst bright, bathing their faces in cool blue. The newest video said first-time tips, gentle music, slow voices, promises of no pain, only closeness. Jaden pressed play. The woman on screen spoke sweet as honey, guiding invisible hands. Maya's breathing quickened. Jaden's heart hammered like sneakers on hardwood. They inched closer, awkward fingers brushing. He whispered, "We go slow, okay?" She gave a shaky yes. Hands fumbled, heartbeat roared, the treehouse seemed to tilt. But as Maya leaned back, a splinter scratched her arm. She flinched, hissed pain, and everything collapsed. Jaden froze, guilt crashing over him. Maya clutched her sleeve, tears burning. "It's still wrong," she choked. "Doesn't matter how slow." Jaden's skin prickled. He killed the video, but echoes of the whispered instructions clung to the stale air. Rain began pattering on the roof, gentle at first, then harder, drumming like tambourines in a revival tent. Maya wiped her cheeks. "I feel stupid," she said. "This ain't who I am." Jaden's voice cracked. "Me neither. I thought I could protect you from the hurt." Outside lightning flashed, revealing Terrell at the base of the tree, hoodie soaked, ball tucked under his arm. He'd taken the shortcut from the court, wandered over, maybe looking for them. Now he stared up, eyes narrowing as shadows danced. "Jaden? Maya? Y'all up there?" His tone dripped suspicion. Panic ripped through Jaden. If Terrell climbed up, everything would blow. He whispered, "Stay quiet." Maya trembled beside him. Terrell rattled the ladder. "Ain't nobody answering? Bet." He stepped back, kicked a soda can across the gravel, then jogged off into the rain. The echo of each footfall hammered Jaden's ribs. Maya let out a shaky breath. "We almost got caught." Her words trembled. Jaden tucked the phone away, shame thick as mud. "This has to stop," he said. "We keep feeding a fire that ain't meant for us." Maya stared out the hatch, watching raindrops blur the streetlights. "Feels like we opened a door and can't close it." They climbed down, each soaked within seconds. The walk home stretched quiet, thunder rolling overhead like a giant pounding drums. On Willow Street, puddles mirrored neon signs from Dee's Diner, pink and blue ripples swallowing their reflections. Maya stopped under the street lamp where moths slammed themselves against the bulb. "Jay, I miss when our biggest secret was stealing mangoes from Miss Ella's yard," she said, voice soft. "I miss laughing without feeling dirty after." He met her gaze, rain coursing down both faces. "Then we fight for that." He pulled the phone from his hoodie. Water dripped off its edges. With one swift motion, he hurled it into the deepest puddle. The splash bloomed wide, swallowing the glow of the screen. Sparks fizzed, then darkness. Maya gasped, hand over her mouth. Jaden watched ripples settle. "Fire can't burn if you drown it," he muttered, breath shaky. They hurried to Maya's porch. headlights sweeping past as cars hissed on wet asphalt. On the steps she turned, raindrops clinging to eyelashes. I'm scared we broke something inside us. Jaden shook his head. Nah, we just bent it. Folks in the stories say wood that bends in storm grows tougher. She gave a small, wet laugh. You sound like your granddaddy. He shrugged. Granddaddy knew things. Thunder rumbled one last time, softer, rolling east. Jaden headed home alone, rain easing to a mist. He felt lighter yet raw, like skin under a peeled bandage. Somewhere deep he sensed the tale's old rhythm. Every gift carries a test, every fire a lesson. Tonight they'd tasted smoke, but they'd also learned where the water lay. As he stepped onto his porch light flickering bugs in dizzy circles, Jaden whispered a promise to the damp night air. No more shadows. Let tomorrow's sun find him honest, even if he walked with ashes in his shoes. Chapter 5. The Phone Reveals. All Monday dawn slid in quiet, but trouble was already wide awake on Willow Street. Miss Carla Carter worked the night shift at Grady again, came home dragging her feet, craving coffee and 5 minutes of silence. Instead, she stepped on something cold and slick by the porch rail. She squinted, pushed her curls out her eyes, and picked up a waterlogged rectangle. Jaden's brand new phone, still dripping like a fish fresh off the line. The thing sizzled, screen half lit, showing just enough of a red flame to spike her blood pressure. Lord, give me patience, she muttered, tucking the corpse of the phone into her tote bag like contraband. Inside, Jaden snored face down on the couch, math book for a pillow. Miss Carla cleared her throat with the authority of a freight train. Jaden jerked upright, drool line shining. Morning, Mama, he croaked, trying a smile that would have fooled a blind dog. She set the ruined phone on the coffee table, water pooling around it. Explain. One word, flat as a skillet. Jaden's brain scrambled. He'd rehearsed 100 excuses for late homework, none for a drowned iPhone. See, what had happened was... From the doorway, Uncle Mike strolled in like he'd been summoned by sitcom timing, munching a jelly donut. Lil man drop his toy in the toilet? He chuckled. Miss Carla shot him a look that could curdle milk. He raised both hands. I'm gone. Jelly donut evacuated. Jaden tried again. It slipped from my pocket, rain hit, phone died, no biggie. Miss Carla tapped the flame icon, still faintly glowing. What's this app? And why it got my son sneaking round like a raccoon at night? Jaden's mouth opened, then shut. A sound between a whimper and a hiccup escaped. He felt 14 kinds of busted. Across the street, Maya and her mom, Miss Denise, were sweeping water off their stoop. Miss Carla waved them over. Jaden's stomach somersaulted. 30 seconds later, the adults formed a tribunal in the living room. 2 mamas in church flats, arms folded, 1 soggy phone, 2 guilt-soaked kids. Ceiling fan churned humid air like a slow blender. Miss Denise examined the Flame app, thumb scrolling. Her brows climbed higher with each swipe. Oh, my sweet savior, she breathed, then gave the phone back as though it bit her. Carla, our baby's been watching things that'd curl a tomato vine. Maya stared at her shoes, cheeks burning hot enough to fry bacon. Jaden wished he could teleport to Antarctica. Miss Carla's voice softened, which somehow made it scarier. Jaden, Maya, y'all crossed a line God himself painted bright red. Videos showing grown folks' business, acting it out? She paused so the weight could sink. We ain't raising no fools, but even fools know fire burns. Jaden's throat tightened. Mama, I'm sorry. We kept trying to stop, but the phone kept pulling us in. Miss Denise sighed, sitting beside Maya. Baby, you know we love you, but love means guarding your eyes and mind. Maya sniffed. It felt wrong, Mama, but curiosity won. Miss Carla nodded slowly. Same curiosity that killed the cat. Almost cooked y'all, too. Then she did something unexpected. She laughed. Short, sharp, but a laugh just the same. And here I thought my biggest worry was TikTok dances. Jaden let out a shaky chuckle, relief sneaking in. Miss Denise joined, shaking her head. We out here fighting invisible battles on Wi-Fi. The mamas laid down new law, no phones unsupervised, chores doubled for a month, and mandatory family dinners, phones parked in a shoebox labeled burning bush, because touching it without permission would be like poking scripture itself. Uncle Mike reappeared, donut gone, eyebrows raised. Shoebox of doom? I dig it. Miss Carla waved him to hush. You will fix that yard light you promised, or you in the box too. Jaden and Maya exchanged a glance, half misery, half relief. Punishment stung, but secrets hurt worse. After the mamas left to brew strong coffee, Maya nudged Jaden. You think we're cursed? He snorted. Nah, just dumb. She cracked a grin. Dumb can change. Cursed is forever. They walked outside, morning sun burning off puddles. Tyrell bounced his ball in the street, called out, Y'all grounded? Jaden shrugged. Kinda. Tyrell laughed. Come on, one game. Your mama watching from the window, I'll keep it clean. Jaden glanced back at Miss Carla behind the screen door, arms folded but smile twitching. He called to Maya. You in? She hesitated, then shot a quick look at her mom working the garden hose. Miss Denise waved permission. Basketball thumped, sneakers squeaked, laughter rose. The heaviness cracked open, letting light spill in. Jaden stole the ball, banked a shot off the rim, shouted, Bank's open! Tyrell groaned, Maya snorted, and for one glorious minute everything felt simple again. Above them, cicadas struck up their chorus, oldest soundtrack in Atlanta. And like every good folk tale, the street itself seemed to whisper. Even a burned field can sprout new green if someone clears the stones and lets the rain fall. Chapter 6. A New Promise Beneath the Old Oak Tree. Race you to the oak. Last one's a busted flip-flop. Jaden hollered, sneakers already pounding the cracked sidewalk. Maya took off after him, braids flying, laughing so hard she almost ate a June bug. The Saturday sun baked Willow Street in thick peach pie heat. Church bells clanged 2 blocks over, and the smell of somebody's barbecue ribs drifted through the air like a holy invitation. They skidded onto the grass at Rosewood Park, nearly smacking into Tyrell, who was dribbling his busted Spalding and pretending it was a fresh NBA rock. Y'all slow, he teased. I warmed the court, but you too busy lovey-dovin'. Maya shot back. Boy, hush, your jump shot's still crooked. Tyrell clutched his chest, gasping like a sitcom extra, then loped off, whistling Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Jaden and Maya ducked under the old oak's thick limbs. The tree's roots jutted like giant knuckles, and its leaves threw cool shade that smelled of earth and rain memory. It was the same spot where they used to swap Marvel cards, the same spot where they once hid from the world with that phone. Now Jaden reached into his backpack and pulled out a little wooden box. No glow, no buzz, just sanded pine tied with a shoelace. Maya raised an eyebrow. Please don't tell me that's another gift from Uncle Mike. Jaden chuckled. Nah, Unc's still in time out with Mama. This is from me. He opened the lid. Inside lay 2 brand new library cards, fresh green plastic smelling like new textbooks. Figured if we're gonna peek into other worlds, might as well do it where nobody gets burned. Maya ran her thumb over the raised lettering, a smile tugging at her mouth. You corny, but I like it. Wind rustled the branches overhead, making the oak sound like it was clearing its ancient throat, ready to speak if kids would hush a minute. Jaden sat back, feeling the rough bark press his shoulders. You ever think about how fast that phone pulled us in? Maya nodded, sobering. Like Riptide at Pensacola. Looks fun till you can't touch bottom. Jaden exhaled. We almost drowned. I don't want to ride waves I can't handle. A squirrel skittered down the trunk, chattering like it had gossip. Maya tossed it a peanut from her pocket. It snatched the snack and zipped off. She watched it, then asked, So what's the move? We just read books and act holy now? Jaden smirked. We still kids, not monks. But maybe we pick what fills our heads instead of letting any mess blow in. He tapped his temple. Granddaddy always said a mind's like a house. Gotta shut the door if you don't want snakes slithering in. Maya laughed, eyes bright. Your granddaddy got bars. A beat of silence stretched, thick with new understanding. Finally she murmured, Thanks for throwing the phone. Thought I'd be mad, but I woke up feeling lighter, like somebody opened a window. Jaden shrugged, cheeks warming. Window needed opening. Whole place smelled like fear. From across the field, Miss Carla waved, holding a pitcher of sweet tea. Miss Denise set up folding chairs. Uncle Mike manned the grill, apron reading hot stuff coming through, and tried not to burn the burgers. The neighborhood had planned an end-of-school cookout. Grown folks laughing, cousins chasing bubbles, the whole block humming like a giant bee. The oak's shade felt like the center of everything good. Tyrell jogged back, panting. Y'all coming? Burgers hitting the grill and Pastor Reed already blessing plates. Maya rose, brushed grass off her shorts. Beat you there. She sprinted off. Jaden raced behind, library cards safe in his pocket, heart pumping clean and strong. As they reached the gathering, Miss Carla handed Jaden a cup of tea. She searched his eyes. No secrecy, no shame, just sunlight and sweat. She nodded, satisfied. Miss Denise pulled Maya into a side hug, whispering something that made the girl grin big as the Chattahoochee. They joined the serving line. Tyrell lobbed a lettuce leaf at Jaden. Jaden whipped a grape tomato back, splat. Everybody howled. Even the elder Mr. Hobbs cracked a grin behind his domino tiles. Laughter rolled down Willow Street, bounced off porch rails, and settled in the gutters like good music. When the first fireflies blinked on, Jaden felt the oak's lesson echo in his chest. Curiosity is a wild horse, powerful, beautiful, but dangerous if you drop the reins. Tonight the reins were back in his hands, and Maya rode beside him. He glanced up at the dusky sky, whispered so only the stars could hear. We good now. Somewhere in that darkening blue, it felt like a big-hearted storyteller nodded approval. And if you listen close, you might still hear the oak telling any kid who'll sit a spell. Light is meant for seeing, fire is meant for warming, but wisdom keeps you from tossing gasoline on your own dreams. On Willow Street that summer, 2 kids learned it the hard way, then chose to walk lit paths instead of burning shortcuts. Story's done, but the lesson lingers. Guard your door, choose your light, and remember, Even the brightest screen can't outshine a clear conscience or a library card ready to open safer worlds.